But alrighty, what is up, y'all? Spencer K here, and I am back for another episode 25, if I'm not mistaken. Holy cow. I just wanted to open this crate here. I've done a little bit of sorting in between episodes. Look at my armory we got going here. 31 explosive barrels, 24 84 millimeter rockets, countless grenades, including 6 nuke grenades, and we have 10 mini nukes. We are building up a sizable force here. We could go toe to toe with some militaries with all those mini nukes. I think so. That's pretty cool. Today, guys, we're going to switch it up a little bit. Up to this point, first off, if you did not see last episode, I got pranked. The whole sky was chickens. I had a piggy nose, and I was oinking the whole episode, and I could not figure out why until the end. I got pranked. I hate to say it. It was an April Fool's video, recorded on April 1st. April 1st. Jeez, I can't talk. And I absolutely got pranked. You think going into it, I would have been expecting something, but no, I thought one of the mods was acting up or something. But nonetheless, we also defeated not one, but 2 Maskmen. This world is Maskman free at this point. Awesome episode. I get pranked, and we defeated the 2 bosses that have been absolutely kicking my ass the entire series. I've lost 2 villages because of them, but we took the villages back. Let me go ahead and scroll up, guys. I've shown you countless times. Village number 1 right here. We have taken it back. A little bit of damage. You can see where I was fighting him. Where would that be? Here. Okay, I was looking at the wrong hill. You can see this hill has a bunch of burnt down trees, all these little brown squares here, and then some holes in the ground. That is from the battle, as well as this village over here, which really didn't do as much damage. The only damage this village had was it burnt down some trees over here, I think. Yeah, all these trees. Well, no, not even those trees. Somewhere over here, there's a little bit of damage, some fire, but it wasn't too bad. But we won. This episode, we're going to change it up. As I said, we've been surviving the entire series so far. And when I did the intro, the introduction, I thought I called it something else, but the introduction to Nuclear Hearts, the video where I kind of went over all the mod packs in creative mode, kind of talked about the series. I mentioned I wanted there to be a story. I wanted there to be lore. We've been too busy surviving, tail between our legs, running, trying to survive, trying to find our next meal, mining, trying to do everything we can to live to see another day. And for the most part, we have kind of been successful. But today we're going to start focusing on lore. And I have to shout out, hopefully I don't pronounce this wrong. I'm going to put it on the screen as well, but I believe it's Chamy. Hopefully I didn't butcher your username. I'm sorry. They had an incredible suggestion where a couple episodes ago when we went adventuring to the south, we found 2 villages that were right next to each other. Already, I had to look around to make sure I have the right one, but these are the 2 villages that are right next to each other. I mean, they are so close to each other. This one is pretty much surrounded on an island here by a river. I mean, there's one part where it connects to the mainland, and then the other one is just north of this river here. And actually, if you guys remember when we visited, all the villagers will actually proceed south around this river up to right here, and we'll start mining down these trees. They're both Techtopian villages, and they thought of a really funny idea where we name each village the same thing, but over different purposes. Because of the mods we have in this mod pack, there are kiwi fruits and kiwi birds. And they thought that, hey, we name one village Kiwi after the bird, one village after Kiwi the fruit, and we make them hate each other. And I thought that was hilarious. So we're going to do that. We are going to focus on, I think, Kiwi the fruit today. We're going to do one village today, and then the next episode, or maybe not the next episode, but a future episode, we're going to do Kiwi the bird for the other one. Which one being which, I don't know. I'm almost thinking the one with all the trees should be the bird, just because it'd be hard to get some farms going there. And then this one up here where it's all plains, this could probably be Kiwi the fruit. So I think that's hilarious. That is what we are going to focus on today. We are going to build a little bit of lore. We're going to make 2 villages hate each other and probably build like trench lines and I don't know, something in between them at some point, give them both some missiles in the future and just make it seem like they're at a nuclear standoff. A little Cold War village or villager Cold War. There we go. That's what we'll call it. But we're going to head down there. And I'm only going to take what I need. I guess I'll keep the emeralds because those are villages. I may need them at some point. But I think we're going to take that, the clothes on our back, and we are going to call it a day. Let me see if I have a helmet. It's not the greatest helmet in the world, but I probably should have something. In the future, we will focus on armor and stuff as well. But I want to build some lore. We've been surviving for far too long. Today's the day we build lore, we make a little story, and we have a little bit of fun. I've been having a lot of fun so far in this series, I will admit. But it's mostly been surviving fun, not really, going out, building lore, making villages hate each other, that type of deal. I'm going to wait for daytime. It is about to be night, so I don't want to rush down to a village at night because we know how that goes. Could be a blood moon. Knowing me, I'm trying to start an episode. We have a plan. We have we're having a positive attitude right now, right? We have a positive attitude. It's probably going to be a blood moon just to crush all my hopes and dreams here. Alrighty, thank goodness. Not a blood moon, so we can get on our way. Now, since we need Kiwi the fruit and Kiwi the bird, gosh, this is going to be a very long trip. Let's get all the way down to where I am. Yeah, so there's that. This is going to be a long trip. I almost want to walk it purely because we need to find a tree that has kiwis on it. And not only has kiwis on it, but has mature kiwis. So that's going to be a little bit tricky. I guess we'll walk. Well, thinking about it, I don't think the kiwi tree will spawn in a biome like this. I think we're going to need a more temperate biome. So I guess we might as well bounce to get there. Oh, wait a minute. There's a safe right here. Are you kidding me? Wow, we passed a safe last time we came exploring through here. That's pretty funny. I didn't even notice that. All right. Now, I have a theory. So I am 3 for 3 with opening safes on the first try. I don't know if that's just incredible luck because it's a 10% chance. It says right here, 10% chance of success. So to have 3 attempts on the first try and all 3 be successful, I don't even know what those odds are, but that is just monumental. But all 3 times I've come to the front of the safe here and I've right-clicked it. So let's see if that just is what I'm supposed to do or if it is actually a 10% chance. Okay, it is actually a 10% chance. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holy cow. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. What is going on? What is going on? We first try 3 times in a row. I had to open my mouth, and now we're on the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16 attempts? Jesus Christ, dude. That is gnarly. That is gnarly. All right, our streak is broken of the first attempt being successful. Yeah, and that was actually kind of miserable. I'm not even going to lie. We just used so many of these bobby pins. Luckily, we have a ton of them. We're not hurting for them in any way, shape, or form. We have 5 Desh blends, which I'm going to get into later with the HBM Nuclear Tech mod, but I wouldn't call it a advanced item, an advanced material, but it is definitely medium. I mean, it's not early game, so those 5 Desh blends, that's going to be huge. There's some stuff we can craft with that, actually. I think we're going to be able to craft at least 1 item, and that's going to help us out big time. But that's for another day, another episode. We're kind of getting into a swampy-ish area. What are we in? A grove still. But we are looking for kiwis. So with all these trees here with fruits on them, it is my plan one day to have farms with all these different types of foods and fruits. Today we're just going to worry about the kiwi, but I do hope to have farms consisting of all these different fruits. I don't even know what a kiwi looks like when it's not fully grown. Those are apples. Yeah, this is going to be a little tricky. Well, I'm also here and I'm just walking and talking and checking all these different fruits out. I should also mention that they suggested we make potatoes our primary food source. And I agree. I've been asking for a primary food source, and I think that's going to be a good primary food source. Nothing special. I know we have all these modded foods, and potatoes are obviously not modded. They're in Minecraft and whatnot. So it's not like super unique, super crazy, but I think it's a good place to start. We get some potato farms going. We can mass produce them, mass cook them, and then we should be okay. I don't think we'll be starving. And they'll do a little bit better than this dried out mob jerky. As much as I love using the dried out mob jerky, it is kind of a pain in the ass to put it up there, let it dry out into jerky. Just kind of wait for it. And it doesn't do as much as potatoes. I think this only does 2.5, while potatoes do a full 3. So that's a little bit better. I could be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong. I do not know. I'm just kind of off the top of my head there what I remember. Huh. Okay, that's strange. So there's a Tektopian border here, but if I open the map, there is no Tektopian village. Oh, it's right here in the bottom right corner. I was just about to say that means we just found another village, one we have yet to find. So once again, I'm exploring a little bit outside of the beaten trail here, the beaten path, and we found another village. I think I'm going to leave that one alone. I'll kind of explore the map, get a little bit closer just to make sure it's marked. But there you go. We're just trying to find some fruit, and we're finding more villages, so cannot escape it. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, we might check this out. It's about to be nighttime, so I want to be careful. But we have another one of these brick buildings here. Now, we just got back our brick building in our second village. We lost it due to a masked man. Like I said, we beat the masked man. So now we can officially go and take it back. There's nothing left in it. Yeah, we made sure to mark it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Our plans might change. I'm not going to go inside of there. I lied. I am going to go inside of there just to pick up anything that has been dropped. I always like checking the chests. Sometimes I see buildings like this and I just walk right past it. But then it turns out like something spawned funky, some chests are broken, and then all the material ends up despawning. And I hate that. So do a quick once over. Didn't see anything broken in there. Yeah, we'll check out this village, I guess. Look at them go, man. Holy cow, in the short time I've been here, look at all the saplings these guys have put down. This is a lumberjack village, if I've ever seen one. My goodness. Look at all these guys. You know what? Let's go in here. Wow, look at them. 45 oak wood already? These guys have been putting in work. I'm going to go ahead and put all these these eggs up here. I don't want to put them in my inventory quite yet, but yeah, these guys are lumberjacks. Oh, all the way. Oh, kiwis! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. We are so far away from the villages, but they just dropped a bunch of kiwi eggs here. Look at all these kiwis here. Yeah, actually, good thing we came back to the village because I wanted to focus on the food, the plant, the fruit this episode, but that just saved us a lot of time for when we do the birds. Maybe we do the birds this episode. I mean, I'm going to keep looking for the fruit, of course, but yeah, just like that, we have 3 kiwi bird eggs. Oh, cool, man. I may hang out here a little bit longer and see if these guys will drop some more eggs. I would love some more eggs. That tree just grew into a straight piece of log. That that was a little strange. But man, these guys are decimating this forest. Oh, hopefully, man, you guys are not a big fan of trees because holy cow, they are going to town. No, that's really funny to me. They have a ton of farms, but this village consists of all lumberjacks for the most part. I mean, they are just decimating these trees. I'm trying to get all these logs just to get some free logs here, but holy cow, I can't mine them fast enough. These guys are just absolutely going to town. Look at how many trees they have knocked out. I got another kiwi egg, and I'm kind of hanging around here hoping that these kiwis drop a couple more eggs. Let's just build a little pen for them real quick. Yeah, there we go. I don't think they can fly, so once they're in there, yep, they cannot fly. They're just kind of bouncing around. And I should be able to pick them up, so let's go ahead and do that, and then drop you down there. And they should be able to drop me eggs. There was another kiwi around somewhere. Look at all the wood these guys have gotten. Once again, when it's green like this, that means they have acquired it. They're going to town, man. They are absolutely going to town. That is awesome. We got a couple more kiwi eggs. I couldn't find that third kiwi. Hopefully he didn't die. I'm hoping for, yep, one more egg out of these 2. And then I think we're going to be okay. That should give us, what, 6 kiwi eggs. Chance of spawning is 10%. So maybe I should stick around a little bit longer. Oh, here he is. I found that other kiwi. Whoops. I don't think it works like this. Does it? Oh? No way. Oh my god, it's a baby kiwi. It works with seeds. I didn't think it worked with seeds. Oh! Okay, well that's funny because our whole goal is to make a village a kiwi bird village. And this is not the right village. We're extremely far away from where we want to do it, but we have some kiwis here. So that's kind of cool. But I guess, yeah, if you want to relocate them, because I can't walk that far, I guess you would have to get a bunch of these eggs and then an incubator, an egg incubator, I believe. You know what? Here, let's use the wood they're providing me, but I'll use all the wood that they are mining, and I'll go ahead and start protecting their farms. I'll put in a little bit of work at this village just to keep them going. Here we go. We're going to use their wood, right? They're the ones doing it for me. Here, I'm going to make my crafting table. They have a crafting table here for them. I think that's what they use. I don't know if they can use this modded crafting table, so I don't want to try. What the hell? You can make biomass? That is a new crafting recipe. I did not know about that. I completely butchered what I was trying to do, which was that. That's actually funny. I've never seen that before. Alrighty, just looking. I believe I've covered all of their farm's water, so the farm should still grow. I'm curious why the farms are growing to begin with. The wheat and everything is still growing despite it being winter, which is a little odd. Normally, that's not the case. So I'm not going to ask questions. Hey, if it's working for them, it's working for them. Well, we're going to let them be, and we're going to go mind our own business, because if there's one thing I have learned with this mod pack is the second I have started interfering or sticking my nose in business where it does not belong is the second things start going extremely bad. So we're just going to ignore that, and I'm going to slap my face in that door a couple of times. What are you guys doing? Oh, okay. Well, sorry for intruding. Hey, don't slam that on me. Don't slam that door on my face. After being here for not too long, we have a ton of different eggs in that chest, and that is awesome. Maybe we should take them. Maybe we should take them and use them in the next village. Let's just do that. Let's make this Kiwi village the bird sanctuary, but their favorite bird is going to be the Kiwi. The most common bird there will be the Kiwi, but they will be a bird sanctuary. That would get rid of all of the eggs at my home as well. Those eggs at my house are kind of getting in the way, getting annoying because I'm not using them. They're just kind of sitting around. So that may be a good use for those. All right, we officially have 9 Kiwi eggs. And although there's 4 Kiwi birds here, we're going to leave those here. We're going to move on. I see some eggs in the distance, so let me grab all of those, throw them into my backpack. But we're going to go ahead and move and start trying to get to that other village. Now, the goal is still to find the Kiwi fruit. I still would like to focus on the fruit itself today, at least get it going. And then come back and do the Kiwi bird another day. But the problem is they're going to be slow to get going unless we can find some actual Kiwi birds, or if we can find a good amount of fruit. That's going to be a problem as well, because in order to get a tree, you need 3 Kiwi fruit. And then obviously that's only 1 tree, so we're going to need a lot of trees. It is going to be a grind either way we look at it. I feel like a hoarder, but anytime I see a fresh, fully ready, a ripe fruit, we might as well mine it, because I imagine that we're going to have to do this to every single type of fruit and vegetable, man. We're going to need to get farms going, so we might as well start grabbing them. I've been holding off to this point just because of our inventory space issues. I mean, it feels like we fill up our inventory every other minute, but I think we're finally okay. There's another Kiwi bird here. Man, this should have been the Kiwi biome. Are you kidding me? I really want to grab these guys, bring them back to the village, but I guess we'll hold off. How many Kiwi eggs is that now? 12. It's a 10% chance of spawning, and we need an egg incubator. And maybe an egg incubator actually increases those chances. I do not know. If that is the case, that would be very helpful. I heard one of you, yup, give me that. Give me that. Another strategy is if I just bounce on top of these treetops here, there's a ton of... Oh, 3 more Kiwi eggs! I was just going to say there's a ton of eggs in the trees, and there's a chance that they may be Kiwi. And just as I was about to say that, we found 3 more Kiwi eggs. All right, hold up. We know this biome spawns kiwis, so let's check some of these nests here. Alrighty, I know I said I was going to set off to that other village, but I pretty much ended right back up at this one. We've been getting a ton of eggs. We're officially at 17 Kiwi eggs. I was so close. I was like, yeah, let's just come back here. Drop down here. Now we just got a couple more. How many more did that get us? 2 more. So we're up to 19 Kiwi eggs. That is perfect. We'll go and stop by all those wild Kiwis over here one more time. And I'm going to do my best not to get distracted. There's just so many eggs here. We're now at 21 Kiwi eggs. And mind you, we only need 2 Kiwis in order to start breeding them and getting our Kiwi population up in the new village. Alrighty, I'm officially done collecting Kiwi eggs. I went back to the village, grabbed the waystone. We're officially going to start heading in that direction, the right direction, the direction I've been saying I've been needing to go for the last 45 minutes in real life. I have been distracted. Now, the good news is we have plenty of eggs for the Kiwi bird. The bad news is we don't have any Kiwi fruit. So our goal was to start the Kiwi fruit farm. That may change. I mean, I guess we'll see. We'll get to the village first, and then we'll figure it out. I guess I'm just going to try to get close to the village, and we're just going to have to swarm around the village. That's that one thing that always scares me. Do I have, oh gosh, I got rid of my Geiger counter. Alrighty, so that is the village that we were planning to do the kiwi fruit for. Let's bounce over to this side of the hill, same hill here. Right, yeah, one more bounce, just small bounce. Here we go. So you can see how close these villages are. They look a lot closer, or they look a lot farther on the map, actually, I would say, but they are right here, right next to each other. What I would like to do is build a road between the two villages and actually put a border between them, kind of have like a DMZ, kind of like a North and South Korea's, demilitarized zone. Just have like a border, like you cannot cross and they hate each other. Just, I think that would be hilarious. This will be the Kiwi Fruit Village. This will be the Kiwi Bird Village. And I think that works out because look at all these trees. Hell, that could be the border right there. We could see. Obviously, these villagers are kind of coming around and minding these trees, so we'd have to build fences to prevent that. But yeah, these guys are all trees. Those guys are all plains. I think that's funny. Um, I don't know where to start. I guess we're going to bounce down or get down there, and we are going to try to locate. What the hell is that? Those are birds. Okay, I was like, what is that? We're going to try to locate the kiwi fruit. I'm hoping there's some around here. We have plenty of fruit trees. If not, we're going to have to, yeah, set out and find some stuff. There may be another way around it, actually. All right, change of plans. Since I'm here and since there are, oh, gosh dang it, that wasn't what I was trying to do at all. But no, since I'm here and since there are two villages here, I actually need to go around and make sure the villages are safe, get rid of any of the plants they will get stuck on and all that stuff. It would appear that the village is not functioning right now, which is not good. So let's figure that out. Oh, that noise means it just started functioning, I think. Yep. And here they go. They're starting to move around now. Okay, so that's a little strange. So this village has two farms. So let's go ahead and get the rest of our slabs out. And let's cover up all the water because it is still winter. We're going to have to come back and expand these because these guys are not going to be able to survive off of this. That's another big thing. I'm going to have to provide them with food now that we're starting these two new villages, so I'm going to have to keep that in mind. These guys are going to actually start starving. We may have to slap the waystone down and then come back with some supplies. These guys are going to help supply their rival village with these slabs. I need the slabs. All right, so now that that village is kind of taken care of, let's bounce over here. We got to look for all the Pam's Harvest Craft gardens as well because we know those gardens are absolutely going to hurt these guys. So yeah, like right here, we'll have to mine all those. Now this village isn't functioning. Uh-oh. Oh, you know what? The villages might be too close. Huh. Yeah, that's what I said. I have a feeling that the villages are too close, that the actual borders of the villages are intermixing, and that's why they keep popping in and out of existence. So like right now, this village is not functioning because the other one is. And if I'm here, or if I reset my game, this village will probably function while the other one will be struggling. I have a feeling that is the case, which actually is not the worst case scenario for the time being, because that means these villagers should not starve to death, should not die or anything, because they're not functioning. The other ones might, so that means the other village could be my priority. Now, it means these guys are out in the open and are not safe, which is not good. But I can run around here and essentially take care of all their farms and stuff for them real quick. Since they are not active, they won't be in my way. So what I'm probably going to do is get rid of as many gardens as I can. We're going to cover up all their farms here like this so it can't freeze over. And then we're probably going to boogie all the way back to our base. We're going to stock up on supplies now that we know what we need. And we'll come back and we're going to bust our ass. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to put our waystone down. We're going to go back home. I already had a waystone too. I forgot about that. I have two now. We're going to go back home. We're going to get some supplies because there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I'm going to start with this village since it is the functioning village. And we'll get into what I need to do when we come back. But first off, let's go ahead and grab some supplies. All right, we got all the supplies we need. Let's go back to the Kiwi villages. We may need some more supplies in the future, but for now, I cannot really be bothered. And you can see as I teleport back, since I left the area, they were frozen for a little bit. I think that's because the village was not functioning how it should be. So let's go ahead and, ooh, okay, we do have the inventory space. Yeah, let's get rid of that so no one gets stuck. Let's bounce over to here. And here's kind of my running theory. I feel as if the villages are too close and they are fighting for territory, which actually makes the lore even better if you think about it. We got a banana tree here as well. That is pretty cool. But yeah, if the villages cannot both be functioning at the same time because their boundaries are fighting somewhere in here, and now the lore is the villages hate each other for this Kiwi thing that we made up, I think that works out perfectly. What I want to do is kind of move the village, this village. So if I am not mistaken, the town hall for this village is all the way over here on this side of the village. If I am smart, I could move it to the other side of the village, and that will at least give it 100 more blocks, I would imagine. So if you move it from here to the furthest building down there, that in theory should help. We are going to go ahead and try that. Let me go ahead and throw some of my supplies up here first. There we go. So yep, this village is going to be non-functioning for just a moment. Let's go ahead and get rid of that and move it as far north as possible. And we are going to swap these two. Put the town hall there. Let's see, and then that should kind of fuck everything up a little bit. There they are. Okay, so the two gentlemen have once again spawned. So what we can do is we can actually mine out almost all of these beds here. Make sure I actually pick them up. And then we can proceed to the other building that I was just at, and we can turn that into a home so we don't lose too much housing. Now, there's plenty of housing. I don't think they really need it. There, it's a little crammed in here, but that'll work for now. So now I'm curious, right? We added, I mean, that's got to be at least 50 blocks. It might even be a little bit more. We added some more space between the two towns. Can I get them both functioning? Because that's going to be the important part. If that doesn't work, it's no big deal. I just have to build new homes. Okay, wait. Wait a minute. I don't know if I've seen this boundary before. I don't know if I've been paying attention enough or not, but there's one boundary. And then let's keep going. Is there another boundary? Not that I can tell. Well, let's see. Maybe it's not even functioning yet. Maybe it is still glitched. Yeah, so it's still non-functioning. Nope. Nope. I heard it. There it is. There it is. It is now a functioning village. We now have two functioning villages. So wait, let's see. If I bounce in this direction, is there a border? Where are the borders? There's a border. And no, there's still the one border. Now this village is not functioning. Okay. So we still have a problem. The border is pretty much right here where this lava pit is, just south of the lava pit. So let's go find this town hall. Something is telling me, because the both borders were right there. Depending on which village is active, did not matter. That border wall was pretty much in the same spot. So that just means these villages are too close, or the town halls are too close. Where is this town hall? So is that the town hall right next to it? And it sure is. Okay. Okay. So that's going to make things a little tricky. Could we perhaps move it to that building right there is the question. That's probably the furthest building I could do at the moment. The answer is going to be yes. It's not going to be pretty, though, because the building is kind of inaccessible. So let's go ahead, grab some cobblestone. We're going to make a really poor staircase here. But this building is good to go. I'm going to need to grab 2 glass panes. I figured I'd grab some from home because I had a pretty good feeling that I broke some windows when I was here last time. So good thing I grabbed those glass panes. But that's going to add a couple more blocks. I mean, this village actually wasn't too bad when it came to its town hall. The town hall was relatively close. I can't talk. This town hall was kind of on the far side of the village, so it wasn't as close as I thought. But this is going to move it away a few more blocks, and every block is going to matter. If this doesn't work, I'm going to have to build a home or build a whole new building, and that's going to be kind of a pain in the ass that I don't want to do right now. So there they are. Yep, they're both there. Cool. So that worked. Let's see if that changed anything at all. I'm not super confident that it did. This village is still functioning, which is good. That's a good sign. Let's bounce this way. Let's get a good lag spike. There we go. Perfect. So there is one border wall right here. Now, if I keep going this way, is there another? No, there's not. No, there is not. Okay, so let's get into this village. Maybe I have to get back here and start it. Okay, I just heard the noise. It's a functioning village. Yep, okay. So this village is functioning now. So let's go back. My goal is to get the two border walls pretty much right next to each other. Oh, wait. There we go. The border wall is right here. Okay. So that border wall is there, and that is north of the lava pit. So if I go this way, in theory, that other border wall should be right here just south of the lava pit on the map here. Is it still going? No, it is not. They are still too close. They are still way too close. There may have to be a sizable border between the two villages. Wow, I stopped right on it, didn't I? Yeah, there may have to be a sizable gap between the two villages. You may not be able to put those blue walls right up next to each other, which is okay. I can continue to move this one a little bit further north, and I can continue to move that one a little bit further south. That is not a problem. My problem now is, since I moved the village town hall, that these villagers who are outside of it are not recognizing the village. They may just not know how to get back home, actually. Let's see, because they belong to that village. Let's build a bridge. We're going to make a really crappy bridge. I just realized because I moved the town hall, they can't go all the way around that river anymore. So let's just build a really crappy half-assed bridge here. And will that work? Yeah, I didn't even do it right. Oh, they're moving again. Well, those ones are moving again. Let's see. Oh, you are outside of the village. Okay, so the one I pushed inside of the boundary started moving again once there was a bridge. So she just didn't know what to do because she couldn't get home because they can't swim for... Yep, and I pushed her back in, and now she is moving. Uh-oh. All of these ones are a ways away. That's not good at all. Here's what we can do. Here is what we can do. Wow, the entire village is out right now. Here. So this is going to be kind of annoying. I'm sorry. This village is going to hate me for this, but I'm actually going to move the town hall back to its original location. Since it's nighttime, they're all going to get scared and proceed back to their homes. And then once they all get back to their homes, I'm going to go ahead and swap them one more time. And then that should do it because, yeah, there's just too many villagers outside. That's not going to be working. Here we go. Let's make sure it populates. Why is it not working? We gotta sleep. Alrighty, so I just gotta kind of let the villagers do their thing. I had to sleep and get rid of all the monsters because the town hall wasn't populating. It wasn't working correctly. So we're gonna let them do their thing, and then at nighttime, when they all come back to the village, we're gonna do a little swap-a-roo. And then all these guys that were stuck over here should no longer be stuck. That's kind of my running theory. So we'll do that for now. We have a lot of building to do. We have some work for sure. But the village is coming along nicely, and I am happy with that. I'm probably going to redo some of these homes. I mean, the village doesn't have to be perfect, but I just don't like how crammed together it feels, if that makes sense. Alrighty, we lost a villager, but I completed what I was trying to do. I moved the town hall to over here at night, so the entire village should be intact. Everyone should be in here. We lost one villager. He just was not moving and eventually was slain. But you can see no one is stuck over there. Actually, they're all trying to use my bridge I made for them and go to work. So this village is functioning. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself, and I'm going to go ahead and try to move some of these buildings. I want to make these streets a little bit more walkable. You can kind of see that's what I was doing over here. It may be included, it may not be. I just don't know until I start editing whether or not I like it. But yeah, I mined a building here. I'm going to rebuild it, and then I'm going to push some more buildings back and kind of get like a main street going for this village. Alrighty, we are back, and we have done some work. We kind of got this part of the village reconfigured. I putting the buildings a little bit closer together. I have a street. I have fully accessible stairs into the buildings. I'm just trying to make it easier to walk through. I hate when it looks like this over here, where you jump in and there's stairs in the way and all this crap. And it just hurts the villagers too in the long haul because they just don't know what they are doing. So that kind of sucks. We are planning on expanding the farms, and we will do that at some point. I know we set out this episode to start the Kiwi thing. I'm already at 2.5 hours, and the village isn't even fully configured, and we need more supplies, like torches, which means we need coal, as well as we need some more andesite for the road. So I feel like next episode we're officially going to get into the Kiwi stuff, and our goal is to fully reconfigure the village in this episode, which actually works out. We'll get the village safe, we'll get the village functioning, and then we'll add the lore. I think that makes sense. We also have to get the fruit as well. We do not have the fruit. There's a banana tree here, which is really, really cool. If you guys watched my Nuclear Earth series, you know I had a massive, massive banana farm that I spent a lot of time on, and I was very proud of. There's actually 2 banana trees here. I didn't even see that. That's pretty cool. Since there's a cave right here, let's see if we can get some coal. Oh, is that the fireworks? That might be the fireworks. We got an andesite pit right here, so we'll come back and get this andesite. I just need coal first. I'd like to be able to see. There we go. That is what I was looking for, and that is going to do... That's going to be perfect. That's a perfect amount of coal. And there we go, just like that, a full stack of torches. So let's go into here. Yep, place a couple of torches in here, and I need this andesite. There we go. Now that is perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and go the other direction now, where it was a little bit darker and scarier. And now we're going to look for some andesite. If I can get a little bit more andesite, we will call it. I'm not trying to do anything too spectacular right now. I'm not trying to go balls deep in a cave. Iron, I might as well get the iron since we're here. There's some andesite right there. Just try to clear out this cave the best I can. Uh-oh. Well, now I know where all that noise has been coming from. Throw a torch up there. Let's boogie, because I took a direct hit with that poison, so yeah, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt pretty bad. She dropped a potion of healing, though. That was pretty nice of her. Oh, I just put some mushroom stew in here, and the villagers are immediately grabbing it, telling me they are a little bit hungry, so we're going to go ahead and throw half of our bread in here. We're going to keep our eyes on their food level. It's definitely something I have not forgotten about, but I haven't really made a priority, I guess it is safe to say. Now that we've completed that, I'm going to go mute again. I'm going to knock back that building for sure right there. I'm going to go ahead and finish this pathway, and I may push this way a little bit further too. And then we're going to need to focus on farms here soon. And it should be springtime as well here in a little bit, so hopefully all the crops start growing. This dude just has a fucking lamprey stuck to him. I can't... Oh... Yeah, not much I could do about that, I guess. He's just getting sucked off for the rest of eternity. That's I mean, not I don't know, is that the worst way or the best way to go? I don't know, man. That's all I came back for. I thought that was really funny. Alrighty, guys, I'd say I'm like 75% done with reorganizing the village. You can see here at the town center, I got rid of the well, by the way. It was just in the way. But all these buildings are fully accessible, and even too, they have like a little patch of grass and then the path, and then it all makes sense, right? It's all making sense. I got that way done. This way's mostly done. I ran out of andesite once again. Coming back to over here, this road is obviously going to need some rework, but besides that building right there, I think the only one I might move would be, I don't know, some of the ones over here maybe. One of these 3, and I'm not even positive about those. I might just get rid of this one, and then I think I'm going to knock this farm down, and I'm going to knock it down a whole layer here, and I'm going to start building a farm out. So yeah, maybe I'll knock this building down and start building that farm, and then that could work because the street could come this way. That may be the plan. First things first, I think I want to go get some more andesite, and then, yeah, we'll come back and work on the farm. Alrighty, we are back. We've extended the road a little bit. I've made the decision. We're just going to get rid of this building. I'm not even going to rebuild it. It's not actively being used, and I don't really want to build another building at this very second. Oh, shit. Where's the waypoint? There it is. Okay, thank God. There we go. Okay. Uh-oh. A little bit of lag there. Blood Moon started officially, so we are gonna hide at home. Just to update you guys, the village, I feel like earlier I was a little ahead of myself. I feel like relocating the buildings are about 75% done. There's a few buildings I want to knock down. I'm going to expand the villages too. I want to grow them. Right now the villages probably have anywhere from 10 to 20 villagers each. I would like to get that number higher in each village, not super duper high to where there's hundreds, but I would like them to be completely self-sufficient to where I could just leave them alone and they will be able to take care of themselves for the rest of the time. That is the goal. It's going to be a long time before we get there. I couldn't show you because the blood moon kind of happened. Maybe there's some clips in there. I don't know what I'm going to keep in, what I'm taking out. I'm already at 3 hours of recording, so who knows what's going to stay in the video, what's getting cut. But we did get the potato farm pretty much set, I would say. There's a little bit more to do there. Couple buildings relocated. The next goal, and I could look at it on the map, even though I'm up here now. Let's go all the way back down. You could look at it on the map in the village, just like compare the two. This is the village down here. It looks gross. It's messy. There's just crap everywhere, even in the water here. I don't like it. It looks nasty. You look up here. It looks a little bit more organized, structured out. The farm here in the middle. I like this. I would like to do a village that works with the terrain a little bit better. And not every village has to look like this. But my goal is this road is going to eventually take over this half-ass bridge we did. Continue down south into this village here. Actually, I could probably send the road right through here. Hook up with this road down here. That'd be perfect. Connect the two villages. Maybe even before I connect it, I need to figure out how to get both villages functioning at the same time. I don't know if I can only have one loaded at a time, and I just have to bounce between them. I don't know. It's tricky. I mean, south of these buildings here, I may just build farms and stuff. I don't know. I want to try to keep the village as north as possible. I may start building more buildings up in this direction. I could relocate some of the buildings down here in the southern portion up to here. I guess we could figure that out. Same with this one here. We could probably, I don't know what we're going to do here with this village, but I want to get both villages functioning at the same time, essentially. And that is the goal. And then we will kind of pursue the whole Kiwi thing. But let's get the villages safe and let's make them functional. That's the goal. Alrighty, the blood moon is over. I think I have everything I need to show you guys how serious I am about getting these villages going. We are taking every single emerald that we have acquired so far, every single one. I am not keeping any, which is probably going to be a very, very dumb decision. But we're taking all the emeralds, and we plan on using them. Like I said, I want to build these villages up, and we're going to build lore. They're not actually going to be at war, of course, because, well, maybe they will one day. I don't know. Screw it. If I get far enough and I'm bored, maybe they will actually go to war. We'll make them launch missiles or something at each other. I don't know, man. We'll figure that out at a later date. But yeah, for now, we got to build these bad boys up, and in order to do so, it is going to require us to spend quite a bit of emeralds with these guys. Now, there's a bunch of ways we can acquire emeralds. You got the vanilla way where, yes, you go mining, yada, yada. They're relatively rare that way, though. Probably the easiest way to get a ton of them is just to go into every single dungeon we have found and just look for the secret room. If you guys haven't seen it when we raid dungeons, sometimes there is a secret room and they have a ton of emerald blocks. Actually, that is where we got a majority of those emerald blocks. I think it's 9 emerald blocks, maybe even more per dungeon. I don't know exactly what it is, but it is a lot of emerald blocks if you can find that secret room. But there's another way where if you can get it going, it's completely self-sufficient. And that's probably what we're going to try to do here, and that is to utilize the trader that comes to the village every single day. Every single day, there will be a trader that will walk in from the edge somewhere. I'm not sure where he is. He usually wanders and he hangs around the town hall, so if you can't find him, just hang around the town hall. He'll eventually make his way there. But yeah, he should be around here. If he dies, he may not come back for a day or two. I don't know if that's how it works. I feel like I've heard that or seen that or something somewhere, where if like the monsters get him, then he won't spawn for a couple of days or something like that. Maybe not. I don't know if that's true. Don't quote me on it. But you can trade with him and get emeralds. He has different deals. So one day if you give him a crap ton of potatoes, the next day potatoes are going to be almost worthless. So you kind of do have to switch it up with him. And once again, try to get your villagers to do all the work for you, all the farming and stuff. That's kind of the goal. But the only other way I know is via Vindicator spawners. There are spawners of Vindicators. I don't even know if we have one yet. So we may not even be able to utilize that. But the problem with this village so far is, yes, it's going to be a Kiwi bird village. We are going to work on the Kiwi birds in the bird sanctuary at some point. But right now, the villagers are very doom and gloom. They're not very happy. They're just work and go home and sleep. Work and go home and sleep. There's no play. One thing with the Techtopian mod, you really have to let your villagers relax. They have to have a little bit of fun. And one way they have fun, funny enough, is by sitting down. All they do is sit. It's just a chair. So we're going to go ahead and craft a ton of those chairs to make sure every house has some of those chairs. Because if they don't, well, your villagers will be sad. So let's go ahead and get a bunch of material here. Let's just go ahead. We'll take half a stack. Perfect. And we are just going to do this and that. And there you go. We have 32 chairs. Felt like we were going to craft a whole lot more there. That didn't seem like all too much, but that is okay. I'm going to make sure each home has at least one chair. Really, the rule is for every bed there should be a chair is kind of the rule that I go by and the one that I understand. But if you can't do it, if you can't afford it, that is okay. As long as you put one chair in the home, it should be okay. They should rotate. In theory, if you have two people living in a home together, they should share that bed. Like the second that one of them is done with it, the other one should hop in at something like that. May not be the case. Now that we got a bunch of chairs down, the villagers should be a little bit happier. They have to go home and sit in it before they go to bed or in the morning. I think they can do both. While putting chairs in this building, I actually thought of another purpose for it, and we are going to absolutely utilize it for that purpose. So there is a certain structure you could have in each village that will make your villagers super duper happy. Actually, this is the best method that I know about. There's actually two things you can do that'll really increase villager morale and happiness, and we're going to go ahead and try them both right now. Hopefully we can afford it with our emeralds. We will see. The first one is going to be a bard. Essentially, it's a villager whose entire purpose is roams the village and plays on his little flute and makes them all happy. So we're going to go ahead and grab one of those because I think that could be very useful. And then we want to come over to the architect. This one's a lot more expensive. It's 45 emeralds, but you can get a tavern. With the tavern, it's basically a bar. Uh-oh. I think it's because I didn't have enough emeralds. Okay, maybe now it'll work. Let's see. Is it just because I didn't have enough? Yep, okay. I didn't have enough emeralds. That's why. When you put the emeralds in, it gives you the highest value one you can afford. But alrighty, we're going to buy a tavern. And just like that, actually a mine isn't a bad decision either. How much is a mine shaft? Ooh, it's only 3. All right, we'll come back. We will come back for that. No way. 2 nights in a row. Dude, you got to be kidding me. Okay, well, we got the bard, we got the tavern, but we need to leave again 2 nights in a row. We are running with our tail tucked between our legs because, holy cow, I'm not dealing with that, dude. You got to be kidding me. 2 nights in a row? Well, since I have nothing to do for a while, I guess I might as well start on another cooking for Blockhead's kitchen because I'd have to imagine I'm going to want a kitchen in the village at some point. I have 20 diamonds, so I'm going to craft 2 of them, but it's 2 diamonds per book, which is just extremely expensive in my opinion, but, I mean, it's not like I'm hurting for diamonds. You know, I will say I have noticed I've used less diamonds in this Minecraft playthrough than I probably ever have in Minecraft before. Normally it's diamonds, diamonds, diamonds. Honestly, they're like a side quest. I don't even know, besides 1 or 2 times have I actually gone out looking for diamonds. I've been very fortunate to I've found a lot of diamonds just looting stuff, and that could play a role in it. I've used quite a bit of diamonds, for sure. I mean, I got 16 in there. Do I have diamond ore? Where's all my ore? I still have 11 diamond ore that I could use a fortune pickaxe on. I probably have upwards of a stack of diamonds. I mean, there's 11 times even 2 is 22 plus whatever I had. That's well over half stack, 16. So yeah, and 2 is a very modest for a fortune 3. Fortune 3 normally you'd be getting 3 or 4 diamonds a pop. So already all the mobs are once again taken care of. I did a little bit of crafting. I got a couple of kitchen pieces. I don't know what we want to call them exactly, but all right. Maybe 3rd time's a charm. I don't know. Are we just going to get another blood moon 3 nights in a row? I mean, it could be. Could we get the 3-peat? You know what? At this point, I'm rooting for the 3-peat. We might as well, man. Might as well go for the 3-peat. All right, but we are back. And picking up where we left off before we were so rudely interrupted, we are going to... First off, we need to find, let's grab both because there's 2 things we're looking for here. We need to find a villager without a job. I really, really, really don't want to change a villager who's already a working villager. And here, right there, this is a jobless villager, a nomad. There you go. They are a nomad. So what you do is you grab the bard, and bada bing, bada boom, you right-click them, and they are now a bard. So they should walk around once they realize that they are alive. Oh, there they go. Now they're just immediately sad. So they should be walking around. They should be playing the flute for everybody that they come in contact with. We will see. And then here's where it gets a little bit interesting. I'm going to turn this into a tavern. So there we go. We slap that down. And there's a couple of ways I could go about this. Normally I like to have a more open building and have like an actual bar in there, but I don't think that's going to be possible. What we are going to do is we are going to slap a jukebox down in the corner, and we are just going to line this building up with chairs like this. And hope that they just kind of get together and sit side by side like a sauna and just jam out to tunes in here. And hopefully the bard will come in and make that music. I mean, we'll see. At this point, it's all hope. There you go. You can hear the bard going to town. Let's see, their happiness is 0, so that's not good. They're not a very good bard. That is unfortunate. Hopefully everyone else is getting a little bit better, though, with happiness. Yeah, the bard's having a tough time. Everyone's just working. They can't really get anyone to sit still long enough to listen to their tunes. I'm going to go ahead and put all these potatoes up into here for the village. Look at all the apples they have, man. That is awesome. They have a ton of apples. They got a ton of wood in here. We're going to turn it down to 10%. Okay, that was it. Okay, that way we could still hear the villagers and stuff without, you know, getting our ears blown out. Because that thing is loud. And that's their entire purpose. They don't farm, they don't do anything. So when they are awake, they are playing that flute. So that they're not going to stop. If we are in this village, we will be hearing that music. And I truthfully, I don't want that to be what I think of when I go to sleep at night. It's just stuck in my head, you know. I don't want that. But that should definitely increase the village, and I'm hoping that helps with productivity as well. Since I'm also here, let's go ahead and grab one of these item frames. Oh, let me put that back up, and then let's grab a seasons clock. We crafted a bunch of seasons clocks. For this purpose, when we're in a village or away from home, we can go into the town hall like this, and then we're just going to slap it right on the wall, just like a normal clock. And there you go. It is almost springtime. Actually, it really is springtime. Spring is the most dominant one on that clock. Really, the next step, other than starting the whole Kiwi bird farm thing, is a little bit more village reorganization, and then just to mess with the villagers. I mean, yes, I want to build some more structures in that direction, but like we could use a miner. We could use a blacksmith wouldn't be a bad deal so that they could craft their own iron tools. And that's just something, it's something we could do. I mean, I already have the blacksmith ready for him. It's just going to cost a lot of emeralds. And I don't know if we have any nomads. That's kind of my problem. I thought we only had that one nomad. If I can find another nomad, I will go buy a miner or two, depending how many we have. But if we don't have any, there's really no purpose. Now, there's supposed to be nomads that randomly spawn and then walk their way over to the village. It's kind of a random chance. Could be 0, it could be 10. I have not seen any thus far, so that kind of sucks. So here you go. If we give them a full stack of wheat, we get 4 emeralds. Full stack of any of this stuff, we get 4 emeralds. So all that wood that they have gotten, I could use. I could get emeralds back. And I think I'm going to be honest with you. I think we're doing okay with wood. So I may. Now, the kicker is it has to be acquired by the villagers. I can't go mine a bunch of jungle wood and trade with this guy. It has to be wood with the green tag. Anything I acquire is a white tag, and I just absolutely decimated that farm. That sucks. That really sucks. But it's not a big deal. The villagers are hard working. We got a lot of lumberjacks, so I think we could sell all of that wood. And I think we're going to go ahead and do that. Actually, before we do that, let's plant some trees closer to the village. I don't, for the life of me, I don't know why I didn't do this sooner, but we should just have trees over here. I could build an actual tree farm. That may be something I'll do here in the future as well. We'll get an actual organized tree farm going. But for right now, yeah, let's get some of these. You can hear them. They're all jamming out at the bar. Here you go. So they all turn up to the bar here. They all take a seat. This guy jams out. They have a nice cold beverage or two. There you go. You can see them slamming some brews. And it increases their happiness. You can see she's sad. All these villagers are sad. Now, here's the tricky thing. We may have to go back, and I may have to craft some mega torches, because these guys really need to be able to relax. If I go to sleep right now, I kind of just fuck them. Because now they don't sleep. Now they don't get to party or anything like that. You can see just how much it's working. But the mobs are going to start spawning, and yep, there they are. And so the second they leave, they're going to get ambushed. And that is not good. That is what we are trying to avoid. So let me go ahead and sleep. No, let's leave. Let's leave. Let's teleport home. And let's just go craft them. That way I don't screw over their nighttime for them. Yeah, there we go. That's probably the better play. So we just need to craft a couple of mega torches here. There we go. We got 2 more mega torches. We are going to sleep and then go back. I'm still going to kind of screw them over, but at least I didn't sleep in the village, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does. It probably doesn't help me at all, but oh well. I slept here. My spawn is back at home. That is what is important. Let's go ahead and head back over to our Kiwi villages. Does the other village have a church? I think that is the church right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to place the mega torch right up top, right in the middle of the church like that. And then that should protect the entire village, which is perfect. That actually might stop them from spawning in the dungeon too, now that I think about it. There's a dungeon right beneath us. No, I think spawners still work. I think spawners work. I just don't think the random mobs work anymore. And that's okay. I'm going to bounce over to this village real quick. And I don't think they're going to be working still, which is okay. But I'm going to place that mega torch down just to make sure that they are safe. Yeah, they are all standing still. So this is definitely not a functioning village. But they're safe now. There's a mega torch. That's just an extra layer of protection until we can get them going. Because really, as of right now, they are not going. Now, I did notice that other village has some guards. I don't think this village has any guards at all. Either they already died or they just never had any, which could be the case. I really love how this village is starting to look. I can't believe how much we've done this episode. This is easily, we're at 3 hours and 45 minutes. I think this is the longest VOD I've ever had for a Nuclear Hearts episode. Well, I'll tell you what, it's the episode that just won't end. What we are going to do is build a couple more houses, relocate a couple more houses, and we are just going to see if we can either collect any villager hearts or if any more nomads will visit the village. I have not seen any nomads. I feel like we've had nomads at some point in this series, but maybe not. Maybe I am just overthinking it. I do want to trade with this guy. Trust me, I have not forgotten. Here, the storage is right here since he's right next to me. We'll go in here. We'll grab some wood. We can get, well, I mean, let's get as many as we can here. Let me put my wood away so I don't confuse it. And then, yeah, we'll grab every full stack we got. So that's going to be 7 full stacks of oak wood. Don't you run for me. Don't you run for me, pal. And what we are going to do is that right there. And then he is tapped out. He's officially done with oak wood. He doesn't want any more. But we got 20 emeralds back from it. And just remember, I didn't acquire any of that oak wood. That was 100% the villagers. So the villagers are doing us a huge favor. That pretty much paid off this guy right here, the bard. Those 20 emeralds basically made us break even with that. We're still in the hole for the tavern, but that is okay. With a little bit more work, these guys are going to pay off their debt to me. I mean, that's a way to think of it too. I mean, these guys are just paying off a debt to me. You know, they're not, I'm not doing this out of charity, right? I'm just trying to make the village better and safer so that these guys can make me a millionaire, right? Capitalism, baby. Here we go. You thought this was a Minecraft Let's Play. No, it's not, baby. It's politics. And speaking of that, you know, since they're helping me out big time, I'm going to craft them some stone axes. Because I think that will increase productivity a little bit more. If I go mining and I can get some iron, I will absolutely make them some iron axes. But it's kind of risky until you get a full-time miner and a full-time blacksmith. Because once you get those two things, they can kind of just make their own iron tools. And then you're good. You don't really have to worry about it. And there's an additional villager you can make that will actually regenerate ores down in the mines. And then that's a really cool villager to have in your village because he respawns diamonds and stuff. So I'm sure he's pretty expensive, but that is something we are looking forward to doing. I'm going to go ahead and put the school in here. Now, I don't have a school yet, but what I can do is knock all this stuff out like this. Oh, God. Yep. I got to go back to bed. I got to go to bed. I got to go to bed. I was kind of hoping that it would work, but it didn't. It didn't work at all. The zombie awareness mod is really what screws over villages. I think that's the worst one for villages. A blood moon wouldn't be terrible, if the zombies couldn't sense the villagers from so far away. You could just see them. They're just raiding the village from this side. And then, yeah, if one of these has a mask like this one right here, they're screwed. Actually, they're getting attacked from a lot of different angles. I got to get a fence going around this thing. I was kind of hoping to get the village finalized, which I guess it is. I wouldn't say it is. I think I'm going to try to build another structure even further north just to try to move that village border even a little bit more. I just think they're too close. The game doesn't like the villages being too close. If I could build another structure like over here, I guess. Maybe move that building over to here. Back to what I was doing before the zombies attacked, though. I'm going to go ahead and put some books down. I think if I buy a school and there's books in here, like, I don't know. This just isn't a very big building right now, and that's kind of the unfortunate aspect of it. But I'll put a couple, I put those in a bad place. Let me use Silk Touch. Let me put 3 bookshelves down right there. Let's see if it works. Let's go buy the school. We'll go buy the school upgrade, I guess we'll call it, and then we will see what happens. But the villagers should be able to study, which will once again increase their happiness and make them better at their jobs. It's the goal. How much is a school, though? Or a library? Is it a library or is it a school? Oh, they have an actual library. Okay. No, that's better, actually. I think having a designated library will be perfect. And there we go. Exactly. Damn near exactly. We got 1 emerald left over. So when I'm editing this video, I'll go ahead and write down a few things. The first thing I'm going to write down is how many emeralds I have spent on this village versus how many I have gotten in return from the villagers. The other thing is I'm going to write down the name of every villager that has died in these villages. And I actually have a little graveyard here next to the library. This was going to, obviously it's the church building, and that's what I was planning for it to be, but now it's going to be the library, and that should work. I may even slap another bookshelf down or 2. We will see. Let's see what they do. Is anyone going to come flocking to the library? Maybe not. I'm sure it's not a super popular building. Well, maybe. Do we have a customer? We sure do. We got our first customer. Look at him. He's already reading. That's good. That is good. I like that. I like that a lot. The only problem is it's a very small structure, so we can't cram too many villagers into here. As long as they all don't come flocking at once, or like early morning, they just all want to come read at the same time. That may be a problem. But no, this guy is reading. He's getting better. He is getting better. He's only a level 1 farmer. That's kind of crazy. Alrighty, I went a little crazy with terraforming, but I knocked out a ton of dirt. I'm going to go ahead and recreate this building right here, and I'm just going to leave this floating for now as a reference, and then I'm going to mine it down. But yeah, we're going to put a building right here, and then the farm is going to extend, and I'll have the path kind of go alongside the river all the way down to where I want a bridge. I'm not sure where I want the bridge exactly, so I figured I'll just do it this way. Oh, there we go. That is a nomad. There's a nomad right there. So those are the guys we are looking for. So I want to turn those into miners, and then we will get a mine going. So with that, with him here, we got to act a little bit faster because I wasn't really paying attention. I don't know what time of day it is, and they do leave towards the end of the day. This isn't even the right building. Oh, it's middle of the day. We're good. We're good. We got time. We don't have to rush too far or too fast. But we come into here, and we want to get some miners. So what we do is let's grab 1, 2... for starters. I'm going to go ahead and put 1 in here for safekeeping. Then we come over to the architect, and we need a mine shaft. So we get 1 and 2 just to keep it even. And then we can put that back up there. Now let's go over and find him. So now that we have bought the miner job, let's see. Let's see. Where did he go? There is that him. I thought the one I saw had an orange shirt. Okay, maybe this was him. But all right, let's go ahead and give it to him. And he has officially been recruited to our village. The population, well, it's not really rising. It's just kind of staying the same because we've lost a couple of villagers. But it's not going down, so that's good. We got a miner, and now, so he has a job, but he has nowhere to mine. You have to tell him where to mine. And we're going to do just that. I swear there was another nomad. Maybe there wasn't. I don't see any. Normally you can see a nomad walking around. I do not see any more, but we got a miner, so that is good. What we are going to do now is I left this open for a reason. I'm going to make it look better in the future, but for now, we are just going to dig down like this, and we are going to make a mine for this guy. Okay, good news and bad news. Good news is making a mine is relatively easy. Bad news is there's not only a dungeon, but a cave beneath us, so that makes it a little bit more difficult. When playing the Techtopian mod, you want to make the mines as safe as possible because there are zombies and stuff down there, even when they are down there, which means they're down there with no protection, so you really want to torch it up. They will make their own torches, too. They craft their own torches and stuff, but you really want to just set them up for success. You don't want to make it any harder than it already has to be. Oh, crap. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to block it off there. And we're not even going to do stairs up to this point. We are just going to do this. This. All right, I kind of had second thoughts. I'm going to get rid of the stairs up at the top that I placed. What you do essentially is you just make a little indentation in the wall like this. You slap an item frame, and then you put the mining or mine shaft thing here. I dug into a mine shaft, an actual Minecraft mine shaft down here. So I'm going to block it off. I don't want the villagers to have to worry about that until I clear it. There's a very high chance that it is actually intertwined with a dungeon as well. So no villager in the world could handle that. We got to go and clear that out at some point. But here we go. We got 2 mine shafts going. Essentially what's going to happen is our miner is going to come down here and start mining. He has a limit on how far each mine shaft can go. Uh-oh. It's also nighttime up there. Yep, let's go ahead and sleep. I know the villagers need to sleep. I know they want to sleep. I just don't have a fence around this place yet. That is on my to-do list. But this episode has been going on for almost 4.5 hours. It's obviously going to get cut up, and it won't be that long for you guys. But I have put in a ton of work this episode. We have completely reformed this village. Once again, I know I've said it several times, but it's been 4.5 real-life hours for me. We are going to make this... Are they okay? Okay, I heard a zombie. Is everyone chilling? I think everyone is chilling. There's an enemy over there. Cool. We are going to make this the Kiwi bird village. We're making a Kiwi versus Kiwi situation. Kiwi the fruit versus Kiwi the bird. The bird village is coming along very nicely. When we come back, we should be able to start tinkering with the birds. We'll put up a wall. First and foremost, we'll put up a wall around this place so it's safe. Second, we're going to start messing with the birds, but all the whole time while we are doing those 2 things, we need to keep our eyes open for more nomads. We really need... Uh-oh. Half the village is jumping in these bushes. Crap. I guess I never saw these. But we need to keep our eyes open for more nomads. I made the huge mistake of not going around and destroying all the gardens before I really got into the village. Luckily, they haven't been starving to death or anything. I don't know how long they've been bouncing over here, but I don't think it's been too long. I feel like I would have seen them a little bit sooner. I'm going to go around and get rid of some more gardens, but that is going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, thank you for the suggestion. I loved it. When I read that comment, I was like, yep, that is exactly what we're doing next episode. That is awesome. I absolutely love the idea. Building a little bit of lore while also going out, building, exploring, and actually experiencing the Techtopia Villager mod. Every time we have tried to use that mod up to this point, it has gone terribly wrong. But we're a little bit further. Where we can, I think, protect them a little bit better. Obviously, we have the mega torches and better equipment and all that stuff. And I think that's going to help us out big time. But with that said, man, thank you all once again for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Just so everyone knows, I just used another mining thing on another nomad here.